Something tells me it's not supposed to do this. Just saying. So maybe that's my problem. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this valve adjustment. I have the instructions. This is all the way through idle adjustment on the throttle, timing, and valves. So I'm probably just going to do all of that today. I'm first going to check these valves because it won't start, and that's the whole purpose of having it in here. Because if it starts, I don't really care. He was riding it, but he said it didn't make any noise. It just stopped on him. Kind of acted like it ran out of gas, he said. I tested all the spark and everything else. It was getting that. I even put a little bit of starting fluid in there. Still wasn't. I didn't have the right size adapter for this. It's the 10 millimeter, the really small. So I ordered a 10 millimeter one off of Amazon. It was only like $6. Hooked it up. It's only getting 50 PSI. And in here, it says 120. So on the compression test in the service manual. Definitely something wrong. I got to doing some research, and some folks on the forum and people that have rebuilt these talk about valve adjustments. I didn't know you're supposed to do that in this service manual. I think I mentioned it in the Saturday vlog, but actually the service manual says, so when you bought it new, it's 1 month you're supposed to check the valves, and again at 6 months, and then every 6 months after that you're supposed to check the valve clearances and tune it up and stuff. So we've had it for 3 years, maybe. Never touched it. Get started on this. I think this is a 15/16 seems to work. I'm not sure exactly what size it is, but you may end up having to just use a crescent wrench on the inside one if you can't get it in there with a universal or something. So once they come free, they're pretty easy to get off. We'll just try it out and see what goes. Something new. Yeah, see, I can't get that one on there, and I don't have that size in a smaller one. Oh, and you also have to take off this. I've got all the plastics off, but I was reading, and you need to take off this foot board as well, because you've got to get to these 2 plugs on the bottom side down here. So once you get all the plastics off and this right side foot plate off, then you just take these off and get a feeler gauge. Hopefully you have one of those tools. What I'm going to try is I'm just going to use an open end. I think it's a 10 if I read the thing right. An open end 10 to go around there, and then it's a 3 millimeter for the little square adjustment set screw there. The tool that you can get it for like 12 bucks or 10 bucks. I've seen all different prices, but I didn't want to wait for one to be ordered, and I couldn't find one local. So I'm going to try to do it with just what I have and see how that goes, and hopefully it'll work out. I need a socket. It's gonna round off if you don't get a socket on there. So a 24 is what it probably really is. That seems to work the best. Let me see if I can get that in there without the cage. Get that on there. Make sure you got it. Because if you try to do it with a crescent, you're going to strip it out if it's tight. So, oh, dang. There we go. Yeah, 24 works really good. 24 or 15/16, close enough. Once you get those out, I'm going to take this off and get back to, I'll show you how to do top dead center on this one. It's pretty easy. There's 2 plugs on the side, so it should be pretty easy to do, but I got to get this off. So I had a trouble getting this one screw off. I just couldn't get it. It was stripped out with the Phillips head. So a little tip here, I've seen it somewhere, I just don't remember where, but if you just can't and all else and you still don't want to cut it off, or you can't get to it to cut it off, just take your grinder or your Dremel or something and make it into a flathead. Usually just the width of your cutting wheel is pretty good, and then you can get a big screwdriver in there and it should work. I've already got it loosened, but I thought I'd show you this real quick. After I got it cut, I just stuck this in there and was able to get to it and take it off. So now, you know, you could reuse the screw, but you probably strip this part out next time. So just a little way to get one off, but basically that's what I did. You see if you can get it in here. So I've got it cut right there, as you can see. And I just ground it down with the cutting wheel, and just the width of it was enough to get this big screwdriver in it, and was able to get enough leverage to get it off with the socket underneath on the bolt. But there, it's kind of dull. That was probably where I was hitting it, trying to break it with the cold chisel, but it just wouldn't break. So finally, I just did the head like that and got it off of there. Okay, so you just use a flathead screwdriver and get those two covers off. The cover here and cover there. They're just a little slot. And then inside this one is your mark on the case. I'll get a close-up of it in a second once it's lined up. And then you'll use, this is a 19mm for me. So I'm gonna use the long extension just to get out past this. And then you're just gonna turn it until your mark's up. I've got my spark plug out, so it turns really easy, so be careful. In fact, I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna get my, since I have a compression tool, I'm gonna sit it on there, that way I know which stroke I'm on. So here's that little 10mm adapter I had to go buy because it didn't come with this. You know, it's got like the 18 and something, 18, 16 maybe, and then it comes with two adapters, the 14 and whatever that is, 18 and 16 I think I said, and then it comes with the two adapters, the 14 and the 12. So same thing though, just screw this one on here. This actually was made by the same company as the thing, so I don't know why it didn't come with it, but I guess it does, so they can get an extra $6. Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see. Something tells me it's not supposed to do this. So maybe that's my problem. A little bit better view. Well, looks like I'm done for the night. Gonna have to go in and look for a kit. And if I'm gonna, well, maybe I can just do the top end, right? I don't know if the piston's still good. I'll decide. I'll go read some forums and see what everybody says. If you have a suggestion, I'm sure I'll post this on Wednesday. What do you guys suggest? Should I just go ahead and rebuild it since I'm gonna have the head part off? Give me some suggestions below and let me know what you would do or what I should do. But there's the problem. That's probably why it's not starting. I guess that would mean that it's stuck open or stuck closed, one of the two, right? I don't really exactly know how that functions, but be willing to learn if somebody puts that down there too. But I know it's one or the other, and that's why the compression's bad, I guess. So anyway, there's the problem. And I will post this up, get some help from you guys, and hopefully get it finished up next weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. And like I said, please help me out. So I went ahead, I just couldn't leave it alone. Went ahead and took it apart today. Got the head off. There's quite a bit to take off. Gotta get that tensioner, the belt or the chain tensioner off there. There were two screws coming down on the head and then the four on the top. Of course the exhaust bolts gave me heck. I did heat it up and that worked for one of them. The other one I just cut it off, and I'll get the stud out on the bench. These two on the carb intake was pretty tight as well, but yeah, it ended up being that rocker arm. I said valve originally, but I went and read some more, and sure enough, there it is. Look at that, broke right off, and that's why it was lifting up. So you couldn't tighten it down or anything. There was no adjustment because, well, it's broken and there's no resistance on the back side pushing up. So that's the problem. Now is when I want the suggestions of, should I take this and get it worked and the valves cleaned and all that, or try to do them myself, I guess. Not sure what I should do. If I should just go ahead and, it's kind of dirty and what, but if I should just go ahead and try and replace that rocker arm and be done with it, or should I replace both of them? I'm not sure what to do, but that's what it was, and so pressing forward. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.